The Valorant we know is very different from the game that was released in June of 2020. Built on the initial hype around beta keys given through Twitch streams and the record-shattering open beta, content creation has been a key part of the game's rise in popularity. Many of these content creators have broken the glass ceiling for some of the most basic agents, creating new ways to play the game and even altering the meta at the competitive level. By increasing the technical difficulty, these players have changed the way Valorant is played. From the satchel boosting of Raze to the arrow lineups of Sova, one of the most innovative playstyles stands out against the rest.
Jesus walked on water, I step on blood from my enemies, way above all the waves cause they changing. Can't see no friends to me, switch your cape and Durant. Every move they go fight, part the ocean like Moses, up in the moment of why, up in the function of fight, fuck it up for your night, pull a couple homies up to kill a nigga on sight, pulling up with a pipe, I keep my hands on the grip, the bouncing, no I'm making music so you tell me don't chill.
Since the early days of Valorant, I've been a mod for the boosting Raze, Flights. It was in his Discord that many names made their start in the community. While they hadn't been discovered yet, these household names like Howdy Noodle, Satchel Jump, Agent Gummel, and more came to become fellow innovators and creators. On June 21st, 2020, Flights uploaded a video titled Best Raze/Sage Boosts on Valorant. While it wasn't the first time someone had boosted a Raze with a Sage wall, this video popularized the strategy. From this point onward, it became common for every satchel boosting Raze to have a Sage duo at their side. During one of his monthly streams, Flights met a viewer named Korean Pog. In their first game together, Korean Pog helped the streamer by boosting him up on a Sage wall to hit his coveted, aggressive Raze clips. By using the wall, Flights could reach places others could not. This gave him the height and momentum to fly across the map and catch others by surprise. The next day, Korean Pog messaged Flights on Discord asking to play more. Korean and Flights quickly became close partners. Soon, he was known as the Raze main's dedicated Sage. Even though he lived across the Atlantic Ocean in the United States, Korean Pog's addictive laugh and killer aim made him a perfect Sage sidekick for the British content creator. As the Sage player learned to play with the high latency common with foreign servers, the dynamic duo became unstoppable.
Oh my god, you're insane, dude.
But being a Sage player was getting tiring. Korean Pog wanted more. He was landlocked by the basic playstyle that Sage provided. Instead of being a tool for healing and reviving, he wanted to be able to fight for himself. To make matters worse, Sage was receiving nerf after nerf, changing from a must-pick on any team to an afterthought for most players. Korean Pog started experimenting with the Sage ball on his own, sometimes for hours at a time. From prior experience, he knew that he could make a Sage wall longer by standing under it and using his head as a platform. He took this idea and ran with it, testing different ways to make the wall longer. It wasn't until late September that Korean Pog finally made a monumental discovery. By jumping backwards off of a ledge, the player was able to use their feet as a platform and create an extra segment on the wall. Korean and a few of his friends started perfecting and practicing the long walls. They found new spots and innovated even further. It was around this time that Korean Pog changed his name to something you might be a little bit more familiar with. Grim. And the rest was history.
Backside.
Down. One enemy. One enemy remaining. And spike down A. One.
I know.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go!
With some dedicated practice and help from his friends, and by turning one of the most boring characters into a god of the highest heights, Grim became a master of the walls. He soon began making YouTube videos featuring what he found.
Thank you.
I'll let 80, one him in.
Last player standing.
80 on Phoenix.
Joke's over. You're dead.
One enemy remaining.
80.
Get out of my face, boy! Get out of my face! Come on!
Bro, put me in the Grim video.
Oh my god! Dude, that was so sick! Dude, get out of my face, bro! Holy shit!
It wasn't long before Grim became a well-known name, and one of the greatest innovators Valorant has ever seen. Since then, his playstyles inspired many others, who have optimized and changed their walling style to fit the user. From Flow Ascending and his glitch walls, to Quarkweed, who uses the walls to create optimal shotgun encounters. It quickly became obvious that everyone walls differently, and that every Sage has a unique playstyle. To this day, the story of Battle Sage is far from over. On April 12th, 2021, the Valorant development team released their Ask Valorant number 12, a sort of State of the Union for what the team was doing behind the scenes. In this article, they brought up the many innovations made by players, directly mentioning Grim and his Sage walls. The team explained that while they applaud the creativity of the community as they create boosts and one-ways, they have seen just as many glitches and unfair encounters caused by the wall. To this day, the debate on the legitimacy and competitive integrity of Sage walling is still ongoing. While some players view these walls as exploits, others claim they take hours of practice and perfection. While the future of Grim may be grim, the first Battle Sage will go down in history for breaking the skill ceiling for such a simple character like Sage, turning a healer into a lethal weapon in the right hands.
Get out of my face!